So this wouldn't be a Fringe play unless I unnecessarily dumped my traumas onto you. So trauma number one. If you grew up in the French school system or learning French or French immersion, this might be relatable to you. If you didn't, it's okay, I'll explain it after. A trigger warning, I guess, for young Franco-Manitobans. Keegan? Breathe. If anybody's feeling okay, walk out something after the show. Go see the French volunteer, she'll counsel you. Thank you. So for those of you who don't know, this is the Bechamel. Power to talk about it. It gives me power to talk about it. So this book is what Francophones use to I always forget, conjugate. I see grammaticize in my head every day grammaticize comes into my head. So conjugate, you use it to conjugate in the French language. And it's pretty easy, because there's 340 rules in this puppy. You follow that, and you can read and write in the French language. Except, of course, for the 790 exceptions to those rules. I don't. So there was two brothers that wrote it, Louis Nicolas Bechamel and Henri Bechamel. And there's not a lot of information on these guys. It is very real. Everything here is very real, very serious. I don't know why you're questioning anything. Kind of late to the game. I don't know a lot about them, but I know that their dad probably hit them. Because there's no way that someone who wasn't just beat into an inch of their life could come up with something like this. This is sadistic. There was easily, when they were younger, a seed of hate was planted, and that seed grew a tree, and that tree bore fruit, and that fruit was this hateful little green bastard. And the only reason I bring it up is to just sort of raise awareness of it for other people, to share in the support. I'm sure there's others out there that are suffering. So again, we'll go reach out to the Fringe volunteer. She knows that she's supposed to help you. And I just want to, because this book has done a lot of damage, you know. It was only around since 1842, but I think it still caused more harm, pound for pound, than the Bible. So it's really important that we talk about it and we go to work. Okay, so thank you for that one. Okay. Trauma number two. Also of an academic nature, but started on the farm with my dad. So my dad's a math guy, he loves doing math, and my older brothers love doing math, but they're 6 and 3 years older than me. And my dad never changed the questions for them than he did for me. So when I was really young, I started getting traumatized, but he would ask these intense questions at intense times. He'd be crazy busy during seeding, and then he would be like, go, we have to get up early, we have to do a bunch of stuff. And then out of nowhere, he's like, okay, the seeder takes this many bushels to fill. And each bag of grain is this many bushels. How many bags do you need to fill the seeder? And I'm like, what's a bushel, Dad? And he's like, it's a unit of measurement. Just use it, just count with it like that. I'm like, I'm 10 years old. What's a unit of measurement? So from then, I just, like, in those high pressure moments, I just could never do it. And so it freaked me out for a long time. And then when I moved to the city, I couldn't survive on it. I was looked at as an idiot. So I bought those things, like the plastic, it's got all the multiplications on it, and I just dry erase marker, and I just did it. I just over and over again, because I was so embarrassed. And then eventually I kind of got really good at it, and then I kind of became a bit of a savant. I don't know why you guys are laughing at it. I actually got really good. I can actually really do quick math, like insanely quick math, and it's actually pretty cool, so. Okay, fuck all of this energy. Fuck all y'all. You guys don't believe that I can do really quick math. Go, oh, Mr. Serious Guy can't do funny math. Okay, we're gonna put your money where your mouth is then, okay? I wanna show you guys that I can do insanely quick math. okay? And I'm gonna ask the help of, just because you guys are close, I'm gonna have the help of 2 quick youth here, really quick. So, sir, you're gonna whip out your phone and you're gonna be the stopwatch guy, okay? You're gonna pull it out. And then, ma'am, miss, madam, you're gonna pull out your phone as well, and you're gonna pull out the calculator, okay? And then third, monsieur, you're gonna say a complicated math equation. And at the end of it, you're gonna say equals, okay? So how this is gonna work is while he's saying the equation, you're gonna put it in. And when he says equals, you're gonna hit equals. But when he says equals, you're gonna hit the timer, okay? And you start that timer, and that's what I'm gonna be doing my savant, figuring it out. So you guys don't believe me, and I'm gonna show you guys how insanely good I can do quick math, okay? I said it quick, but I think you guys are smart people. I think we all understood the assignment. Everyone feels good about it? Okay, here we go. Go ahead, sir, with the math equation.
13 times...
Okay, come on, don't fucking embarrass yourself here. Do a complicated let's do this. Let's get some thousands, get some whatever, yeah?
Okay, so 50,398.
50,398, make sure Kayla can do it. Make sure this lady can do it. Okay, hold on. Okay, say it again, do it really quick.
50,398.
50,398.
Times 654.
Times 654.
Minus 1.
Minus 1.
Plus 30.
Make sure Kayla's following along for this. I'm following along, no problem. Make sure Kayla's following along.
Divided by 16.
Divided by 16.
Minus 4.
Minus 4.
Equals.
Equals. Boom. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah.
I mean, sir. Got it.
No way.
So you minus 2. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. Stop. 400 million 709,650.2. Was that exactly right, miss?
Quite close.
Okay, so not right though?
No.
Okay, but what was the time?
10 seconds.
10 seconds! Take that, naysayers. Take that, naysayers. We don't need you here. Just to show that you can overcome adversity, you guys, okay? With the right motivation, you can overcome anything. Trauma number 3. So growing up in a small town, small religious town, it was tough to be who you wanted to be, and even tougher to be in my family. My family was pretty religious and wasn't really accepting of different people, you know. I kind of chose a different path when I was about 16, and my parents really didn't accept me. That's the truth of it all. And it was tough, because I wanted to smoke weed every day, and they said, nah, we don't want that. They said, we don't want any of that. And so there was friction, obviously. And I needed to grasp with what kind of support I was going to get from my family or whatever. So, I moved out, whatever, it wasn't a big deal. And, we never really talked about it. And then it never really came up again because I was living in the city by myself. Until my dad, when I graduated from school, my dad offered to take me on a road trip out west so we can go see some family. And then he brought up that he wanted to go see his buddy Dave. Now his buddy Dave, my dad played poker with for a long time. But he always told my dad that he sold propane. And then one time when my dad went to go visit him, he was really sketchy about giving him his address. And he's like, why does a propane salesman need to hide his address? Guess what, guys? Dave doesn't sell propane. And my dad didn't know for like 8 years. That is wonderful. So I try to play it cool. Well, yeah, we can go see Dave. He goes, yeah, you guys can do whatever. I'm like, maybe or whatever. Trying to play it cool. Like everybody else in my life really knows, but I'm still trying to play it cool around him. But so I'm a little nervous about it. But we get ready. We're gonna go on the road trip. And I put a little stash in my bag, but I'm still pretty nervous about it. And I'm nervous until we get to the first gas station, and I'm blown away. So we get to the first gas station, and I ask him, hey, do you want me to fill it up? With your card, of course. And he goes, no. Every time I go on a road trip with your mom, I'm always the one that fills up, and she always goes for a smoke. So I'm just so used to doing it, I'll always do it. It's a gut reflex for mine. I'm like, oh, okay. He goes, well, you could go for a smoke then, or go for a pot, or for a bong, or whatever you want there. I'm like, I call it a hoop, Dad. And he's like, A hoot? Are you an owl? What's going on there? Oh yeah, well go away, Mr. Owl, for a couple minutes there and come back. And then I get back in the truck, have a couple hoots, and I come back in the truck. He's got Reese's Pieces for me. What a fucking day! Woo! What a day! What a new chapter. Like I felt the metaphorical page turn in our lives. Good times. And he asks me what I want to do in the trip. The trip's all my idea, and I really want to slow down the pace and all that. And he's like, let's do that. Let's do everything, whatever you want to do. And that was awesome for the first day. And then the next morning he was like, let's fucking go. So there was not a lot of hoot breaks that day, and then until we get to his buddy Dave's. And so I meet this guy, and it's so weird. My dad, just nice Catholic guy, kind of boring. All his friends have chemical companies on their hats, or camo. And so it's interesting seeing this really tall hippie guy fucking just reeks of weed, and you're like, wow, how are you guys? Okay, right on, okay. And he's loud, and he's kind of louder than my dad sometimes too. So it's like a bear fighting another bear, and this little cub is like, what's going on? That's not a gay thing. So it is super fun, and so we get to their place, and well, should we roll some? And so his girlfriend goes and gets a big Rubbermaid full of weed. She brings it out. A big Rubbermaid, and then she opens it, and it's like, whoa, what is all this? And then I'm looking at it, and I was like, that's the most amount of weed I've ever seen in my life. And my dad's looking at me, he's like, you ever seen that before? I go, no. He goes, how much weed is that? I go, probably a bushel. I think. Probably a bushel. So the lovely lady rolls us these cigar-sized joints, and my dad doesn't smoke any, but I smoke weed every day, but this amount of high quality, the amount that we smoke, it just brought me back, and I was just like a high school kid again, and I started freaking out a little bit. I'm like, I don't know this guy, I don't know where the stash came from, But I was like, this is my dad's friend, we're good, my dad's here, we're fine. So we have a great time, we have a whole night, and we're just smoking joints the whole night. The guy brings out all kinds of different weed apparatuses, and it's a real stoner's delight, But then, as we were kind of going to bed and getting ready for bed, I realized this is a weird day for my dad. No fucking way was he pumped when Dave pulled out the hash pipe, and he was pumped about that. But it was, so I felt a little guilty, but so I asked him, I'm like, Dad, did you have a good time tonight? Oh yeah, I had a hoot. Thank you guys. My name is Barney